I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Games I could play as Plum, Charlie, Peach, and Baby Mario. Man, they need to bring Charlie back. Put him in Smash Bros or something. I picked Plum, cause why not? Only 4 characters? That's so few. How do we get more? Well, there's literally a mode called Get Character. Couldn't have thought of anything better, I guess. We're gonna battle Luigi in a 1 versus 1 match. The only course available for now is Toad Highlands. Beating this Get Character mode is our clear condition for the game. We're on the first hole. To swing, you just have to press A to start the meter at the bottom. The closer you get to the left edge, the more power. Then it swings back, and the closer to the gray marker on the right, the better accuracy. It's just so intuitive, and they've stuck with it to this day with the most recent Mario Golf game. After my second shot, I was already onto the green. Luigi as well, although he hit it a bit strong and was near the back. For putting, you do the same thing, except there's no accuracy check, only power. I drained a 25-foot birdie putt, taking the win on hole 1 over Luigi. I got a medal for the hole. Whoever is the first to get 10 medals wins, although you can tie on holes, which changes the amount needed. Another thing you can do for your swing is adjust the spin on the ball. Hitting the bottom will make it spin back when it lands, and hitting the top will make it spin forward. Also, I'll just mention how golf works briefly. The holes have a par value. This one is par 3. That's like a goal where you're expected to take that many shots to make it into the hole. So weirdly in golf, you want the lowest score possible. Getting 1 stroke under par is birdie, 2 under is an eagle, and getting 1 over is a bogey. We both got par on that hole, so it was a tie. Now I only needed 8 medals while he needed 9. The number decreases because there's a total of 18 holes on the course. It's essentially playing until there's no possibility for the other player to have more medals than you. So here, Luigi hit it in the bunker. Trust me, the game makes it seem easy to get out, but my goodness, you do not want to be there. I started playing golf recently in real life, and the bunker is actual tasks only. I usually get fed up trying to hit it out, and I just throw the ball out. Golf is so hard. Luigi had the opportunity to win this hole, but he blew it. Just putted a bit too hard, buddy. If you press B before swinging, it swaps to a power shot. You get 6 of these throughout an 18-hole course. All this does is allow you to increase the distance the ball goes. It's really good for the par 5 holes. So getting both the power and accuracy checks perfect makes a pleasant noise, and the commentator says, "Nice shot." It's actually quite a tight window. If you do it on a power shot, you get to keep that power shot charge. When putting, it tells you the distance to the hole in the top left. The blue putting meter goes to a max of 30 feet. However, since it's raining, I need to hit it much harder. Still not enough juice on it there. Here, I can see it pick the 8 iron for me, and a max distance shot is expected to go to the hole. However, in the top right, we can see the boo indicating the wind is blowing toward the hole at 10 miles per hour. Since the ball is so small, that actually affects how it travels. So I undercut the power a bit. May not have been the best idea because I was straight in the rough. So here I get a nice shot on the power shot, and my count stayed at 4. We were still tying on every single hole except that first one, by the way. Amazing chip out of the bunker there from Plum. I honestly thought that one was going to go in. After 7 holes, I was now up 2 on Luigi. He's sweating now. On hole 9 now, and Luigi with a 47-foot putt from the fringe actually manages to sink it for birdie. His first win, but I was still up by 2. See this shot? This is so wild. I have a completely new perspective on this stuff after playing it for real. Never mind that she's standing in an impossible position, but like, at the driving range, every shot I take is on a perfectly flat surface. I got decent at hitting and was ready to play for real. As soon as the ball landed on any kind of slope, it was over for me. It's like I had never hit the ball in my life before. God, this game is neat that you can do that so easily. With this birdie putt, I took the win on hole 15. Luigi was toast. Nice to get it done before going through all 18 holes. It said I gained 24 experience points, and at 50, I'd unlock a new course. So now I can play as Luigi. The different characters all have different stats. For one thing, Luigi can drive the ball 16 yards farther than Plum, but also his shots tend to fade left. So like here, you can see Luigi's shot starts out going left, but then curves back after a bit. This is usually annoying to deal with, but it can actually be good when there are hills or trees or whatever in the way. Oh yeah, I'm playing to unlock Yoshi now. Still on the same old course. This one is just a basic looking golf course like you'd see in real life, but they get wild later on. Yoshi? What in the world was that shot, man? That was pathetic. These CPU opponents actually get better the further in you get, so it's expected for them to screw up in the early matches. Ooh, too bad, Yoshi. That's just not gonna cut it. Had to hit the ball a bit harder. Did you not pay attention to the fact that it's raining? So here's a longer putt. It says it's 34 feet away and the yellow meter goes 100 feet at the max. So I want to hit it kind of in the middle of the two dot notches. However, there's a slight uphill and a slant to the left as well. That's what the grid lines are for, to tell you the slant of the green. When you put it all together, you can make some sick putts. You can play taunt sound effects. It doesn't actually do anything against the computer, but it's sure good at annoying your friends. With this rather long clutch putt, I took the win on hole 18. Heck yeah. I got 36 experience points, unlocking the next course, as well as Yoshi, of course. Now we can play at the amazingly named Koopa Park. So who are we trying to unlock now? How could you not remember Sunny? Look at his cool hat. Okay, these characters like Plum, Harry, Sunny, they may really seem weird being in this game. There actually was a Mario Golf game on the Game Boy Color that was essentially an RPG. The devs, Camelot, also made the popular RPG Golden Sun. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a Mario Golf RPG out there and it's awesome. Or so I hear. I've never actually played it. Anyway, that's probably why these random normal old people are in this game. Dude, look at this absolutely wild putt from the rough for birdie. I tried putting from the fringe once where the grass is barely up high at all. My putter got completely throttled by the grass and I didn't even hit the ball. So it's wild this game lets you do putts like this. That's quite the risky drive there, Sonny. If the ball bounces in the water, it's bad news. One additional stroke and the ball gets placed next to the water hazard, which isn't a great position. Actually, I spoke it into existence. On my very next shot, this happened. There was 21 mile/hour wind and I didn't get a perfect accuracy straight down into the water. Think I'm losing this one. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics look really nice. The characters look like they were all rendered for Mario 64, but like at higher quality. Love the backgrounds, the grass, all the hills and such. Maybe it's nostalgia, but this one looks great. I actually think this runs horribly on emulator if you've ever tried that. The graphics get super glitchy. The music is so good, very, very chill, and that Toad Highlands track is such a classic. Some characters get special effects if they get a nice shot on a power shot. Yoshi's just leaves a rainbow trail. So cool. Also, you can see all the Koopa shells lining these holes. Did they just leave them parked there or what? Wonder what happened with those. Oops, you didn't see that. I'm still up by 2 holes, it's fine. So here's the first noticeable high difficulty hole compared to the last course. Par 3 and there's just a massive gap to the green. Sure, you could slowly go left then back right, but then at best you're getting par. I would genuinely freak out trying to take that shot in real life. Dude, an eagle? Really? Sunny is out here taking shortcuts on these par 5s, I guess. Well, dang, you are in that one. Hole 14 just has an island before the green, essentially. Hit it too short? Into the water. Too hard? Also into the water. Luckily, Yoshi's drive distance is perfect for this. With this putt, I took Sunny down quite early on. He got wrecked. I got 72 experience points, but it said I needed 250 for the next course. Gonna be a minute. The next opponent was Wario. Seems obvious having him now, but at the time, I feel like he wasn't quite established as a core Mario character yet. His max drive is 250 yards, so it's gonna get rough from here. I stuck with Yoshi over Sunny because Yoshi shoots it straight. After 3 holes, I was actually down 1 medal. Could be my first loss? Score is 2-4 Wario after 6 holes. I had to get a dang eagle just to win on this par 5. The game was definitely stepping it up now. Okay, actually this was nuts. It's the entire 18. If you get a nice shot, you don't lose one though. Oh! Let's go, dude. Beat that, Wario. Well, that's certainly one way to win a hole. Still though, he wasn't perfect. Every now and then he'd do something real stupid. This was basically the game giving me free wins. I had to win some of the tougher ones to make it count though. I was down 5 to 6 after 11 holes. This is where shooting straight can actually be a detriment. How the heck am I supposed to avoid this tree? Well, I probably shouldn't have tried to skip over the hill and end up here in the first place, but still. We were all tied up at hole 15. Thankfully, Wario missed this freebie putt. That would have been his win. Dude, that was so close to a hole-in-one. I mean, I got that chip-in eagle earlier. That's good enough for me. Here's an example of a skip you can do. The farther you can drive, the easier these things are. It's incredibly risky though. Mess up the accuracy check and you're in the deep rough in a pile of trees. With one missed putt from Wario, I'd won on hole 17. That was a close one. Who's the next character we unlock? Why, how could you forget? It's Harry, of course. He's such a recurring character in the Mario universe. I don't know though, it's just kinda neat having random normal looking people in this game. I kinda wish they kept them around. Oh yeah, when Wario gets a nice power shot, his ball gets electrocuted. They should have Harry's shot have the ball grow hair. Get it? I'm so funny. The CPU was just getting better and better now. I've got to make putts like this to even have a chance. I was playing as Wario because his drive is 20 yards longer than Yoshi's, but I won't lie, I was messing up a good bit due to his curved shot. Another thing with the people that shoot curved is messing up the accuracy check is so much worse. That didn't even go slightly close to where I wanted it, man. Dude, Harry is cracked. How am I supposed to compete with that? I was down 1 to 3 after 8 holes, not good. Thankfully, he isn't perfect. We've got this. This was an incredibly risky shot, but with the wind blowing so fast with me, it was worth attempting. Thankfully, didn't mess up the shot, and that is a beautiful skip. Of course, Harry gets it too, and he doesn't even need a power shot. He's too good, man. I was on my A game though. If anyone could take Harry out the game, it was me. It was 3 to 4 Harry after 10 holes. Are you kidding me with this? Harry is so good. I can't keep up with him, man. And yep, he was too much for me. My first loss at hole 15. I mean, at least I get a bit of experience points to unlocking a new course. Alright. Take that, Harry. Up 4 to 3 after 13 holes. Here's what happens if you just don't do the accuracy check at all. The announcer's like, "Duffed it." Dude is so toxic. I have no idea why I did that, by the way. I think I just zoned out. Dude, he can't be stopped. Harry is the greatest. Down 4 to 5 going into hole 17. It was now or never. We went into hole 18 and it was a dormy. Basically, even if we tie, he still wins because he's up. I have to get a birdie here and hope he gets par. I actually had a decent shot at it. 54-foot putt? That's makeable for sure. Unfortunately, it didn't connect and Harry wins yet again. Whoa, I got a pin shot. I don't remember that monkey appearing. That would have been so sick if it went in. Oh yeah, I swapped back to Yoshi because I felt like the curved shot was messing me up. I was on fire with Yoshi. Maybe it was the curve after all? Winning 7 to 3 at hole 15. He's done for. And yeah, that was the end of Harry's reign. Not only did I beat him, but I also had enough experience to get the next course. Nice. So now we had a new course to play around in, Shy Guy Desert. This is super scary because, well, sand everywhere. Our opponent now is none other than Mario himself. It's the guy from the name of the game. Around hole 3 I decided, you know what? I don't have to battle these people on the harder courses. I can beat them anywhere. Why would I go against Mario who has a 40-yard longer drive than me on a harder course? So I went back to Toad Highlands. We'll have to beat all these courses in tournament mode anyway. God, I remember Mario whistling when he gets a par. That's burned into my memory for sure. Aw, come on, I got absolutely scammed. If I don't play perfectly, I'm never beating him. He just doesn't miss. Well, this was a pleasant surprise. Guess what though? It wasn't even a win on that hole. I had to make that just a tie. This is getting so crazy. Wait a second, he actually missed that? Well, okay then. Maybe he's not perfect after all. Dude, I was on fire here. I actually forgot how much we played this in college. We had an N64 in the apartment, and we mostly played this or the 3 Mario Party games. I'm not half bad at this. Not much I can do about that one. How's he just gonna sink the 46-foot putt? No way, dude. Ugh, Mario has the craziest approach here on this par 5. No way. Even with power shots, I couldn't get that close. Well, only one thing to try, I suppose. Okay, like, I literally have never attempted a putt that long. I had no clue what to do for the power. It came down to the 18th hole. Unlucky, I barely overshot it. It was a dormy, so he won by tying. I for some reason gave up on my Mario dream and swapped to tournament mode. I forgot here it tracks your longest drive with each character. Always cool to get a PB. I got a coin for getting a birdie here on the first hole. There's a medal for every single hole in the game. Some of them are kinda crazy to get. In the tournament mode, we're competing against a lot of very real people. Some neat names there like Link, McCloud, and Darunia. Oh, and Ukiki. He's probably cheating though. Anyway, I finished the tournament at -7. Toad was the next closest with a +1. Absolutely terrible, the lot of them. I got 62 plus 50 bonus experience for winning. Nice. I learned if you checked your scorecard, you could see all the holes you'd gotten the birdie coin on so far. Or I guess the game calls them badges. Well, probably going to be getting all of those. However, it's not quite as difficult as you might think. You can save your progress mid-tournament, which is a good thing because they're kinda long. And you know, mom may tell you it's time to quit at any moment, and she doesn't understand it's important. Anyway, on each hole I'm missing, I can just save and quit until I get a birdie. It forces you to play from the start of the hole, but that's way better than starting the entire tournament over. I only did this for the badges. As you can already tell, I was comfortable taking losses and unlocking the characters. Hole 11 was probably the hardest for Toad Highlands. Part of it was I was playing Yoshi. This would be much easier with a longer drive. Past me was an idiot. This putt was immaculate though. Hole 17 was giving me a ton of trouble too. A par 3 with a bunker in front of the green. Hit it soft to roll into the hole? Well, you're going in the bunker. Hit it over the bunker? Well, you're rolling past the green. I was trying to putt out of the rough, but it wasn't working. This one took like 15 resets. Finally got a decent drive and that was the birdie. The wind certainly wasn't helping things either. Another gigantic putt attempt. This one hit the pin. They're supposed to take that thing out when I go for the putt. Anyway, with that putt, that was the 18th and final birdie badge for Toad Highlands. Actually quite tough. Going to need stronger characters. Next up, the birdie badges in Koopa Cup. I decided to tough it out and play as Harry and just deal with his guaranteed slice. Hole 3 was actually so hard. I spent like 25 minutes resetting here. I think I meant to go for a skip over the water hazard, but like, Harry can't hit it that far. Finally though, some good RNG. Got the pin shot, setting up a free putt for a birdie, heck yes. Hole 8, however, this skip is basically required. With Harry, it's much easier than it would be with Yoshi. Honestly, I should have just grinded out beating Mario watching this back. As you get to more difficult courses, the greens get wilder. You have to make judgments about how the ball will roll over several slopes. Just trying to say, this was an awesome putt. With this putt on hole 18, that was all of Koopa Cup birdied, 36 in total now. And from the experience I got from that tournament, I unlocked the 4th course, yes! So now back to Shy Guy Desert, and if you mess up, you're going in the waste area. I honestly think it's worse than the rough. The entire area is littered with cacti too. Gotta love when the game does you a favor like this. Gotta be a vortex in that hole or something. This has gotta be my best putt so far. I feel like I'm just showing off highlights, but well, I did a lot of cool stuff in this playthrough. That was like a task putt. Why can't I play like this against Mario? And then on the very next hole, I got this putt from the rough? This is wild. Okay, there's no way he makes this one too, right? He hasn't even save scummed once yet. Just getting all these back to back? My god, there's actually no way. This is nuts. This is probably the closest I got to a hole-in-one all playthrough. I don't think I've ever gotten one actually, or even seen it happen. Okay, now I see why I was going for all those birdie badges. After you get 50 of them, you unlock Maple to play as. This hole is a good example of how they get wild in later courses. There's just sand everywhere. You can shoot to these islands of grass along the way, and one is even going over a mountain. Like if I ran into this on a real course, I'd just go home. If you don't hit it high enough, well, you're having a bad time. Let's just say that. And there we go. That's all the birdie badges in Shy Guy Desert. 54 in total. So now I've got Maple to play as. She has a straight drive that goes 15 yards farther than Yoshi's. It's not as far as Harry, but the fact that it's straight is so huge. It was time for Mario to go down. I was up by 2 medals on hole 8. Nailed this super long eagle putt to save the tie. Despite me having a longer drive than Yoshi, Mario's was still even longer. Okay, hole 15, still up by 2 medals. I've practically got this guaranteed now. Wait, what's he doing? No, there's no way. No! Oh my god, it's starting. The comeback is here, I know it. Thankfully, he absolutely blew it on hole 17, getting a bogey. I didn't even know that was possible. Finally, I'd unlocked Mario. Good riddance to that battle, that was rough. Mario is actually not the final boss though. Fittingly, it's Bowser, who swings with one hand like that guy I saw on TikTok one time. He's so strong that he can just hit his ball through a tree despite being literal inches next to it. What a guy. Yeah, I missed the putt to lose out on that free win on hole 1 in case you were wondering. I'd need to pull out all the stops if I wanted to beat him. And I mean all of them. My god, I can't believe how many crazy chip-ins there were in this run. Dude, he cheats! He cheats! Oh man, this is ridiculous. I missed a few putts that I should have made, but still, I was down by 4 at hole 14. Not looking good. And yep, there it is. I held on until 17, but ultimately didn't matter. I decided to swap to Mario this time. He does have a slice, but it's less than Harry's, and he drives it 25 yards farther than Maple. I feel like I have to in order to compete with Bowser's distance. I love how Mario's ball catches on fire when he gets a nice power shot. Gonna need a good start at hole 1 if I want a chance. And what do you know? I was bringing my A game this run. This is it. Never mind. He annihilated me after that first hole. Okay, this time we're tied up to hole 4, where I took the first win. Also, I love this losing Bowser face. He is so sad. Okay, this is looking decent. I'm still up 1 medal after 11. I need to play perfectly, though. Okay, I actually can't believe this one. Oh! Let's go, dude. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Get wrecked, Bowser. I cannot believe that happened. I had a bad approach on 15 and missed a 66-foot putt. Ugh, only up 1 now. This is terrifying. And of course, he sinks the long eagle putt to tie it back up on the 16th hole. No, dude. I can't believe it, but Bowser missed an 11-footer on 17. I sank my putt, and this was it. I win with either a win or a tie on 18. Of course, though, he wins the hole, and now we're all tied up. Time for sudden death. Oh man, I love how the sky turns dark for this. Makes it really feel special. Also gets a unique song too. Basically, next person to win a hole wins. Oh yeah, I forgot about the fireworks. Such a nice touch. Hole 2, he had a potential miss. Nope, they're not going to give it to me that easily. It's like that guy with the dollar on the fishing rod. Hole 3, I had a putt to win, but I couldn't clutch it. To be fair, that's a really hard one. Can't blame me. Sometimes the ground is sloped, but the grid lines are still straight because it's just ever so slight. Through 4 holes, we are still tying each time. We both got an eagle, and it didn't matter. We continued on. Watching this back, I still can't believe it happened. Bowser shot it so lightly, and it went straight into the water. I honestly would have thought he was coded to just never be able to do that. I had more than enough strokes to win this hole, beating Bowser once and for all. And then something I had never seen before. A cool image of the Yoshi's Island course panning down. This led to the game's credits sequence. Aw, heck yeah. I guess I've beaten the game now, technically. However, I went for 100% completion in this run, so we're not done just yet. Congratulations. Why, thank you, Camelot devs. Hey look, all the characters have different skins. That's neat, just like Smash Bros. This Bowser skin looks like it's out of some jank Mario 64 hack from like 2003. I needed a break from the intense action, so I figured why not take a detour and do some mini golf. In Luigi's course, you just putt the ball along the courses in the design of each number 1 through 18. It's super hard to judge how hard you need to hit it in these. Also, is it just me or do these maps kind of look like debug areas? I don't know, something about the checkered pattern. Be sure to watch out for that water hazard on hole 9, even though it looks like 6 here. I used to go to this mini golf course on a lake where I grew up and it was easy to lose your ball. Now you may think, how can they do the 2-digit numbers? Hexadecimal, that's how. E is actual TAS only. How is this a par 3? Also, I got scammed. They need to build these walls higher. This is not up to code. It ends with the world's biggest I. I guess this isn't actually hexadecimal, huh? More like nonadecimal, or however you'd say the 9 prefix. You don't really get anything for mini golf, it's just there if you want to do it. There's also a Peach mini golf course. It picks right up where Luigi's left off at J. Wait, Z is hole 17? Well, what's hole 18 gonna be then? Oh, it's a question mark. I suppose that makes sense? There's like a ramp you've got to take to go to the dot part of it. It's pretty hard to make, actually. Like, how do you do this? It won't work. Well, I guess that's one way. Feels like cheese, though. Well, I guess next thing on the list is finish off these birdie badges. The Yoshi Championship is the next course, and with Bowser, I can go for as many risky shots as I want. Like, look at this, 327-yard drive? That is absurd. He does have a huge slice on his shot, but still. Hole 3 is just a literal island. Not to mention there's a rather large bunker taking up a good chunk of it. Not only can Bowser drive it further, but he can hit the lower clubs harder too. Essentially, he can get better pop flies onto the green on a par 3 like this over someone who hits it softer. Hole 5 is just a narrow fairway surrounded by 2 mountains. Good luck getting a good drive here. Hole 6 is actually a great example of the lower clubs thing. The island is elevated so high that you have to hit it high. It would be really hard to even get it up there with someone like Luigi. Donkey Kong just keeps cheering randomly in this course too. Yeah, so hole 12 is absolutely terrifying. It's the inverse of hole 6. Now we're way up high and the green is down a cliff. I wonder how the golfers get down there anyway. Take a ferry? Hole 15 has got to be the worst of all though. The green is in a big ring with a bunker in the center and the hole is directly beyond the bunker. Hit it toward the hole and you're going in the bunker. It never fails. The only hope is to hit it to the edge of the ring, then nail a really tough putt. It took like 20 resets for this one. You know you're having a bad time when the game tells you that you've got to take a shot from rock. Despite the clearly impossible angle to hit from, Bowser can nail this. Hole 16 is rough too. It seems like most of the holes in this game are horrible now that I think about it. You've got to hit the ball onto 2 consecutive small cliffs. This one took like 20 minutes of grinding. And there we go. That's all 18 birdie badges in Yoshi Championship, 72 in total. Only 2 courses left. The 5th course is the Boo Classic. Can't be that classic, I've never heard of it. Well, that's a good sign. It looks like every single one of these holes are going to drop off into the abyss if you go too far into the rough. Just acts like a water hazard, I believe. Yep, hole 2 is already super cursed. Just little rocks for me to land on. Any decent mistake and it's off the cliff. Stupid Toad. Oh, B. Oh, B. I got absolutely fed up with dealing with Bowser's slice, so I swapped back to Plum. Got hole 2 knocked out on the second try with her. When the curved characters have to hit off any type of slope, it's so annoying. Hole 4 is terrifying. First, you hit a drive like normal, nothing too fancy, but then after that, you've got to hit it over a huge ditch as if you're playing a par 3 hole. So it's essentially a par 3 where you have to do a drive before you can even attempt it. And you could in theory mess up the drive, making the par 3 way too hard. Can't forget the bunker behind the green too. Most of the holes were of a similar structure. With this putt, I had 90 birdie badges in total, only 1 course to go. And then the credits rolled again? I think it rolled from unlocking the final course? Not sure. I guess there's multiple ways to beat this game, huh? So the 6th and final course is the Mario Open. This first hole looks familiar. You ever wonder if Yoshi gets embarrassed pooping out all those eggs in front of Mario? Hole 4 is so annoying. It's in the shape of a Cheep Cheep and the green is one of its eyeballs, completely surrounded by bunker. I feel like I got lucky here because I got on the green in just 4 tries. Feels like that should have taken longer. Hole 6 is Lakitu and the green is so ridiculous. It's just a little spot on his shell or whatever, and if you overshoot, it's a guaranteed water hazard. Hole 10 was a Koopa and it probably had the smallest green of all. However, there was a solid skip I could do by hitting to the left and just ignoring its shell entirely. The green was still so small though that doing an approach shot for like 15 yards from the bunker was even hard to do to just stay on the green. I do feel Boo's course is harder overall, but this one's no joke. Hole 14's so goofy. A chain chomp? I mean, I get it, but like, all those little patches of grass just look so funny together. You're pretty much guaranteed to be hitting from the bunker on your second shot here. Wow, what an approach shot. That's one of the best ones I've ever done. These greens are minuscule. Could have certainly taken a lot longer than it actually did. And here we are at the final hole of the game. Mario and Luigi side by side for one final challenge. After like 15 minutes of resets, I finally landed on the green. Don't worry though, because I missed the putt. This one is really hard because there's a huge patch of deep rough between Mario and Luigi. So you can't do your initial drive too far or you have no chance. Finally, after like a half hour, I made the dang birdie. 108 birdie badges all collected, heck yes. You unlock Metal Mario as a secret golfer for doing it. And it looks like that also rolls the credits? How many ways are there to do that? I feel like that guy in the meme, he's sitting at his computer, then out the window is the Mario Golf credits, so he closes his blinds. Metal Mario has an even longer drive than Bowser. Good luck with that slice though. There are a couple other things like stroke play where you just play a round of golf for fun, speed golf where you try to finish the course as fast as possible. But the one we're interested in still is ring shot. There are 6 challenges per course where you have to hit the ball through a ring the devs placed. It's really cool actually. Like on this first challenge, if I do a big old drive with a strong character, it'll actually go over the top of the ring. What worked best for me was doing a super bad drive to land in front of the ring. That way I can send it with my biggest club on the next shot to go through the ring. Now, you don't only have to get the ring. That would be too easy. You have to get it and achieve par on the hole. I actually think this is the most fun mode of the entire game. There's no reason for you to whip out the driver on this short par 3, but well, that's the way to get it through that half ring up there. It's a real shame they didn't have this in the most recent Mario Golf on the Switch. Like, what is this, dude? The ring is just floating in the air in the middle of nowhere on a par 5. I guess I have extra strokes to work with. Doing a putt on the fairway? Well, I'm not close enough to these rings to hit all 3. That's right, there can be more than one ring. Never would have seen that coming. Thankfully, you can easily reset the RNG on these if you get bad wind. Here, it was blowing aggressively to the right. Terrible for this layout. So here, the 2 rings are on opposite edges of the fairway. It's essentially required to curve the ball here. You can do that with the joystick before your shot. Put the red dot on the right side of the ball to curve left and vice versa. It's actually quite tricky. Wait, now that I watch this back, I wonder if you could do that to force Bowser and the like to shoot straight. But yeah, there are only 6 challenges per course, so that's Toad Highlands done. Oh, and you get 1 power shot per challenge. That's good because some of these are going to need it. It lets you keep going if you get a nice shot too. The second challenge in Koopa Park is funny. There's just this massive half ring over the island near the water hazard. If you don't get through on your drive, well, putting on the fairway is a viable strat. Trust the process, it works. If you do get it on your drive though, then this one is free. The 4th challenge is called Hide and Go Ring. You can't really even see it on the overhead view. They snuck it in this pile of trees, quite tricky to reach. This one needs some serious power. Plum ain't gonna cut it, not even Bowser will. We've gotta bring out the big guns. He honestly looks more like Liquid Mario than Metal Mario here. Dang, he's got a cannon. Usually on a par 5, you can abuse power shots to go for skips and make it quite easy to get to the green for like a chill birdie, or at least make par absolutely free. But here, you've got to intentionally hit it softly to jump around the course like a noob would. I just love it. Oh, what a fantastic place for that shot to land. I love being inches away from a cactus. Totally viable shot here. Don't want to go in the bunker? Well, too bad. You literally have to chip it in from there with this ring placement. Gotta get one last sick chip in for the road, right? This game is just too easy, man. Really? You want me to blast it into that mountain off the course? Well, okay then. I have no idea how that ball landed where it did, but I'll take it. Oh hey, it's that donut-shaped green. This time though, we want to go in the bunker. God, I love this mode so much. That narrow valley with mountains on each side, now we gotta hit them like it's a kid bowling with bumpers. Ring immediately at the drop-off of a cliff? Don't want to overhit it? Better not risk it. Challenge 4 on Boo Classic is quite difficult. It's a par 3 and you can normally easily reach the green. However, there's a small patch of fairway to the right and, well, they want you to go there. It's like they designed this hole specifically for this ring challenge. Didn't take too long, thankfully. And the 5th challenge forces you to go backward. This sets up quite a difficult 170-yard approach or so to get to the green. And this last one forces you to land on this tiny island off to the right. Then after that, make an approach shot from a horrific slope. And after beating that one, it said I unlocked Donkey Kong as a character. I knew I remembered him being in this game. Okay, this first challenge in the Mario Open is actual tasks. This took like 30 tries to get it right. The greens here are just way too small. Getting the correct angle to hit all 3 of these on the 3rd challenge was brutal. And then you've got to not screw up on the approach and putt afterwards. At least this green is reasonably sized. What the heck is this? Lakitu is wearing glasses now? This one absolutely sucks. It's not super hard to hit both of those rings, just get near it and hit it high. The problem is the entire bob-omb is made out of rock and the ball bounces randomly. Getting a water hazard here is a rite of passage. It seems the best thing to do is hit a line drive and hope you get a favorable bounce. I mean, you're still going to lose a stroke due to the water hazard, but it's possible. Also, I love seeing Maple line up for a shot way up there, so funny. Aww, the final challenge has the ring on Peach's finger. How cute. Actually though, this may be the hardest one in the entire game. It makes sense because it's last, but still, look at that angle. How am I expected to both go through that ring and make it to the green on a par 3? You know what? I couldn't have written a better ending if I tried. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Just go in! Yes! Dude, yes! What a moment! What a moment! Let's save this replay. Man, that was wild. Not only did I get the ring on the first shot for the first time, but then I just chipped it in for a birdie anyway. Absolutely crazy. Oh yeah, the credits rolled for a 4th time. Big deal. There are a couple other things that I didn't do. One is you can input certain codes to play in Nintendo-endorsed tournaments that were held online back in the day. I guess you would have posted your score on a forum or something? The other thing is, I mentioned it before, but there is a Mario Golf RPG on the Game Boy Color. If you have that game and an N64 transfer pack, you can import 4 additional characters: Azalea, Sherry, Kid, and Joe. Unfortunately, I don't have either of those things, so I can't show them off. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Mario Golf. What can I say? My memories of this game definitely held up. I mean, I did play it as an adult in college, so it's not just kid nostalgia. It's definitely more fun with friends in my opinion, but it still is good by yourself. Unlocking the characters is a great sense of progression, and you feel yourself becoming more powerful the more you get. 6 different courses is a solid amount for a total of 108 holes. The real MVP here though is ring shot. I don't think I ever did this as a kid, and it was my favorite part in this playthrough by far. I really wish they didn't get rid of this. Bring it back as DLC or something, Nintendo. But yeah, Mario Golf still holds up. I personally like the GameCube one better, I think, but this isn't too far behind. It looks great, the music is just iconic, and the engine they use is still basically there to this day. Worth checking out if you haven't in a long time. I gave Mario Golf an 8.5 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 6 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. Alright, got a random track. Bongo Boogie. 177 games left on the list, and they're all here. Like Armorine's Project Swarm, and Wheel of Fortune. Or maybe even Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. Let's see what we get. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, they are off, ready to rumble. Boxing. No, Ito Yosuke no Majunjuku coming down first out of the pachinko machine. And WCW right behind. And we're going to get launched here. We'll see if anybody falls off. Oh, no, it's not a launch. It's... Oh, and SD Hiryu, whatever the heck that is, fell off. Some Japanese game. NFL QB Club. WWF No Mercy is out. Sorry, fans of that series. And Ide Yusuke no Mahjong Juku in the lead. Hercules on the right path. We'll see what happens coming down the stairs here. And actually, Battle Zone Rise of the Black Dogs with the stair skip executed beautifully. Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs commandingly, but misses the bounce and explodes. And Hercules takes advantage of this. Hercules in the lead now. Ide Yosuke no Majunjuku right behind. Bakuretsu Muteki Bangeho right behind as well. Hercules falls off. Big Mountain falls off. Banjo-Kazooie is surging forward. And we're coming into the cone here. And it is Banjo-Kazooie. No way. I don't believe it. Oh my god. Banjo-Kazooie. We're getting, like, all the top games. What the heck, man? What a race. Banjo-Kazooie. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.